Welcome back to the Toy Report. I have some really bad news for you all. In this video, we will delve into Washington State's proposed assault weapons ban, HB 1240, how close it is to being signed into law, and its negative impact on the state's citizens and companies like Aero Precision, a highly reputable firearms manufacturer situated in Lakewood, Washington, near Tacoma. Alright, so let's discuss the current situation in Washington State. In case you haven't been following the news, the state is on the verge of implementing what many are considering to be the most severe so-called assault weapons ban in the country. In fact, by the time the video is uploaded, the ban will probably have been signed into law by Washington State Governor Jay Inslee. This anti-Second Amendment bill is considered by many to be the most restrictive bill, surpassing even the ones in California and New York and possibly combined. Additionally, it's worth noting that while some items will be grandfathered in under the Washington State assault weapons ban, other items will be prohibited outright once the ban is enacted. This bill does something called emergency clause, meaning that once the governor signs it, there will be no further delays or opportunities for revisions. The ban will take effect immediately upon signing, leaving little time for individuals or businesses to prepare. This ban has already passed both the House and the Senate. What happened was, when it got to the Senate, there were amendments that senators felt the bill needed, so they sent it back to the House, and the House didn't like the amendments proposed by the Senate, so they had a bit of a pissing contest, but were ultimately able to work things out. The last update was on April 21st. It showed on the Washington State Legislature's website that HB 1240 is already on the governor's desk, just waiting to be signed. Aero Precision, one of the most highly regarded firearms manufacturer in the country, is set to be significantly impacted by the Washington State assault weapons ban, which is considered to be one of the most stringent in the U.S. The ban's detrimental effects on Aero Precision are of particular concern, given that the company has brought in substantial revenue, commerce, and jobs to the state of Washington. Aero Precision's relocation from Tacoma to Lakewood brought along 300 jobs and led to the creation of around 500 or so more. Currently, there are more than 800 jobs that exist because of Aero Precision's presence in the area, not to mention the jobs created through outsourcing. These figures only account for those directly employed by Aero Precision. Once this law takes effect, and it will have already taken effect by the time this video is uploaded, it will not just prohibit sales and purchases. It will also make it illegal to manufacture, and unless there's some kind of exemption that I'm not aware of, it will put Aero Precision's business in jeopardy. Despite our attempts to contact someone in media relations at the company for the past 5 days, we haven't been able to get a response, but based on my understanding of the bill, it seems that this law will bring an end to Aero Precision's business. How can I tell? They will not be able to manufacture any parts or components that could be used to assemble what the state considers, quote, assault weapons. This means that their entire business could be forced to shut down, as the bill prohibits the manufacture and sale of these parts and components, and not just fully assembled firearms. Yes, you heard it right. The ban not only targets fully assembled firearms, but also individual parts and pieces that can be used to construct what the state of Washington deems an assault weapon. This means that anything that falls under this category would be prohibited from being sold, manufactured, transported, or transferred, and even passed down as inheritance. It's safe to say that this ban is extremely restrictive and comprehensive in its scope. It is truly unfortunate that Aero Precision, a company that has contributed so much to the woke state of Washington, is now facing the consequences of this new assault weapons ban. Despite bringing in millions of dollars in revenue and taxes to the state, this respected firearms manufacturer is now at risk of having to shut down or make significant changes to their operations due to the ban. It is particularly disheartening to hear that this company's contributions have not been recognized, especially given that Aero Precision has been responsible for creating hundreds of jobs and providing opportunities for people to support their families and maintain their livelihoods. In fact, the city council has even recognized Aero Precision as a major contributor to the city's revenue, with one of the highest years being the year the company moved to the area. In fact, Aero Precision is a company that has gained a lot of popularity and respect in the firearms industry for their high-quality products and precise machining. It's worth noting that the words Aero and Precision in their name is a reference to their primary work in the aerospace industry. Over the years, many people have come to appreciate the craftsmanship and attention to detail that goes into every Aero Precision product. Personally, I'm a huge fan of their work, as I do own one of their AR-15 models, the M4E1. It is why, to me, it's particularly disappointing to see that this new ban in Washington State will have such a devastating impact on a company that has brought so many businesses and jobs to the state. Aero Precision is a reputable manufacturer that utilizes high-quality components, and their machining is incredibly precise. What sets them apart is that they use their expertise in aerospace, applying the same tools, experience, and tight tolerances that go into manufacturing aircraft parts to create their products. Despite not being as well known as some of the more boutique brands, Aero Precision produces top quality components that are trusted by many. And I'm not just speaking for myself. A lot of my friends own Aero Precision parts and components and have complete confidence in their reliability. It's a sad day to witness the impact of this ban on a reputable American company like Aero Precision, which utilizes American labor, materials, and everything else in producing American-made products. The potential for significant job loss and layoffs is massive, and it's important to consider the impact on the individuals who work in various roles within the company, such as shipping and receiving or assemblers. While the focus is often on the business owners, it's important not to overlook the impact on the employees who rely on the company's success to provide for themselves and their families. It's heartbreaking to see the livelihoods of so many individuals at risk due to this ban. I mean, this is how they feed their family every single day. This is how they take care of their lives, their bills, their rent, their mortgage, whatever it is. This is what Washington is doing, and what not a lot of people are talking about. Obviously, it has massive Second Amendment implications. We have brewing. We know that what Washington is doing is completely unconstitutional right now. It is clear as day that Washington state is disregarding the Second Amendment and the Supreme Court by enacting such a restrictive ban. Their actions demonstrate that they have little regard for the Constitution or the rights of gun owners. Despite this, we know that this ban will likely be challenged in court and ultimately overturned, as the Supreme Court has previously upheld the importance of interpreting the text, history, and tradition of the Second Amendment. However, in the meantime, the damage to Aero Precision and the state of Washington's economy could be devastating. It's frustrating to see a company that has contributed so much to the state being targeted by such an idiotic law. The three factors that need to be considered when evaluating the constitutionality of a law are the plain text of the Second Amendment, history, and tradition. If a law fails to pass the first factor, which is the plain text of the Second Amendment, it is already unconstitutional and does not need to be evaluated further. The Washington state assault weapons ban clearly violates the Second Amendment and infringes on people's rights in a massive way. However, court cases can take a long time, and it seems like the lawmakers behind this ban are relying on that fact. The whole time this is dragging on, it is causing harm to city and communities. In my opinion, Aero Precision will be forced to make significant changes in order to survive the new law that was probably already signed by the governor. They may have to relocate or overhaul their entire business model or even shut down altogether. The reason being, this law is very restrictive and may make it impossible for them to continue doing business in Washington state. It's not a matter of if they'll be affected, but when it happens, it will have a significant impact on the company's survival. Again, the assault weapons ban in Washington state was probably already signed last Monday, the 24th of April. It is frustrating, though to be fair, this stupid assault weapons ban is affecting everyone else in Washington state who cares about their Second Amendment rights, not just Aero Precision. But things aren't hopeless. We know that the Supreme Court at the moment is pro-Second Amendment. Also, legal efforts are underway to overturn this ban. There are several people and organizations who will file a case against this law as soon as the governor signs this bill into law. Given all anti-Second Amendment measures overturned through Bruin, we will win this case in court. And regrettably, that's all the time we have for today. If you care about your Second Amendment rights, please smash that like button and share this video with your family and friends in Washington so they're aware of what's happening. And tap that notification bell too while you're at it. Thanks and have a good one.